But I'm pleased to be back in this chamber for the first time in the session of this Parliament to talk about policy and not personality, to focus on one of the biggest issues our country faces, our energy security. The decision by the United States and Israel to strike Iran on the 27th of February has seen thousands of lives lost, billions expended in weaponry, a stalemate in the Strait of Hormuz and a global energy crisis. For many countries, the situation has become very grave very quickly. In the UK, the price at the pump on the day before the strikes, petrol was £1.35 per litre, diesel was £1.43. Average prices now stand closer to £1.58 and £1.86 respectively. And while we are less reliant on the Strait of Hormuz than many countries, our exposure to the fossil fuel roller coaster that is the global market means we are being hit hard too. The choice before us is simple. Get off the fossil fuel roller coaster, accelerate our transition to green and clean energy for people and planet, or people and the planet will continue to pay the price for our reliance on gas and oil. A word on climate change. Records on global temperatures date back to 1850, and yet the past 11 years have been the 11 warmest years on record. We must pursue the transition to clean and green energy for our political and economic security today, but for the tomorrows of all of the generations yet to come. Madam Deputy Speaker, when it comes to embracing green technology, the public is already voting with its feet. The CEO of Octopus Energy has reported a 50% increase in demand for solar panels and a 30% uplift in demand for heat pumps within weeks of the conflict in Iran starting. This is welcome news, but the transition to green, clean and homegrown energy is not a challenge that the market alone can fix. I'm proud of the record of our Labour government in the last 2 years. 2 renewable energy auctions with bids for enough power to power 23 million homes, ending the de facto ban on onshore wind and scaling up the social housing Warm Homes Fund, including more than £6 million for Welwyn Hatfield Borough Council in my constituency, which will see more than 600 council homes retrofitted in my community. But we have to go further, and I hope the Energy Independence Bill can be a focal point for this government. Madam Deputy Speaker, we have to innovate. I was with the Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister in January when he made an excellent speech on how to speed up the delivery of policy, something that so many colleagues have talked about today. He talked about learning the lessons of the vaccine task force model and applying it more universally. And I would encourage colleagues in the Department for Energy and Net Zero and the Cabinet Office to work together with this model in mind, particularly with a view to speeding up the all-important connections to our grid. We have to work, Madam Deputy Speaker, with the private sector. I'm very proud that Ocado has its national headquarters in Hatfield, and they've been in touch with me about their ambition to speed up their grid connections and the importance of an EV charging infrastructure that allows them to transition to electric vehicles. And I'm also very pleased that Mitsubishi Europe, working in Hatfield, is training gas engineers to transfer from boilers and so that their skills can be applied to working on heat pumps in the future. But most importantly of all, we have to make clear that the green transition will work for everyone in our society. And the Social Housing Warm Homes Fund is one of the single most important parts of this plan. Retrofitting the homes of people on low incomes, demonstrating beyond doubt that this is not some kind of elite project, as members on the other side of this House want us to believe. It's a project that will ultimately get bills down for people who need it most. Madam Deputy Speaker, if the Conservatives and Reform wish to cling to the fossil fuels and the global markets, it's their job to explain the cost to their constituents. But clean, green and cheap energy is the future, and this Labour government is absolutely right to be striving for energy independence.